Are we live yet? No, not yet. Let's see. OMG, what is on my phone here? Oh, here we go. Okay. We are live and we are the only people in here. Yes. Hey, who is this? E West. What's up, E West? Thank you for joining us. As we do you want to wait a little bit, Miranda? Or do you want to just jump into it? Okay.
It's your
So I
it's
am
your show, whatever you want to do.
Oh, it's my show. Okay. I just set it up. I thought we were gonna do it together, but
Well,
my locks
yeah.
are, yeah, my locks are back today. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, so I haven't done anything to it. Okay, so we'll get started. Let me try and figure out a way to turn all this echo down. Okay. All right. So Brandon, oh my
Brandon's here.
God. Brandon, the cutie. So hey Brandon, hey EUS, this is Onyx Rose from onyxrose.net or onyxrose9.substack.com. And I am here today with
Miranda, the poet Miranda, thepoetmiranda.com.
wonderful. Thank you for
Also,
coming.
also the poet Miranda on all of the socials that I'm
That is
on.
true. That is
So
true. And I
if
am
y'all wanna,
Onyx Rose on all the socials too. Onyx Rose 9 or Onyx Rose 95 at Blue Sky. Yeah. Um, so do you have a Blue Sky account? I think we're friends on Blue
I
Sky,
yeah, I haven't been using Blue Sky much.
right?
Like I'm connected with people I know there, but it's like um, I haven't really like I don't know. When I've been on there, I really haven't had the kinds of conversations that uh, I've had elsewhere.
Right,
Um,
right.
I've actually, as far as like the whole like micro blogging approach to social media, I've been on Threads a lot more lately.
Yeah. I see you on threads all the time. I don't use Blue Sky all that much. I use threads more, but I don't use threads all that much either. Um, I do tend to every once in a while where I'll get on a spree. But not recently. I've just been hitting like one or two out there. So today we're gonna have Miranda read some poetry. I may read some poetry, maybe not. And we're also going to play some musical stuff. Um, Miranda and I have each picked out 7 songs that we feel uh, are our favorites of the last, like the last week. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, because really with music, it's it's too hard to pick one song. At least with the music lovers, it's too hard to pick one song that is going to be your favorite of all time. I can pick 5 or 6 that are up there, but never a favorite because that changes like with my
yeah,
emotions. Yeah.
right.
Um, yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump
And,
into the
and
music.
and like you were saying in the like before we went live, each of us could have sent each other 100 song mixtape if we wanted to,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we had to give ourselves some kind of like restraint.
Well, the restraint was 5 songs, and we ended up sending an extra 2. Like, it
Seven,
was just
yeah.
like, like, when is it gonna stop? Okay, so let's jump into the music real quick. So for y'all out there don't know, the 2 of you that are in here, um, I asked Miranda to send, some songs that represented how she was feeling, the songs that she thought described her, or just songs she liked. And we were trying to narrow it down as to how many and to what time period. So we settled on 5 songs, and we settled on the previous week. Um, so, with that in mind, um, we then, after the 5 songs, I just got a little wild, and I was listening to other music, and then I came across this one song, and I believe I started crying uncontrollably. So I was like, I have to send this to Miranda right now, and we'll get to that one in just a little bit. But yeah, so we ended up sending 7 songs. I don't remember mine. I'm glad I'm on the whatever it's called, Facebook right now. But let's go into your first one. And your first one is Choctaw. What is it? Choctaw Bridge?
Choctaw Bingo.
Choctaw Bingo. Choctaw Bingo. Meth. What is it? Meth. What?
So Choctaw Bingo is
Choctaw Bingo. It's about the meth industry, the like meth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
why did I write the name? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so it's a song by James McMurtry, singer-songwriter, long career, tons of albums. And I picked this particular song because I I love the way that he writes songs. I love the way that he tells stories. Um, and then this one in particular connects with me because I grew up in Durant, Oklahoma, which is where Choctaw Bingo is. Now it's Choctaw Casino because Native American gambling operations have expanded in Oklahoma over the years.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so in the song, like he's describing all of these people coming together for a family reunion, and um, and they're gonna meet at Uncle Slayton's house because Uncle Slayton's old and doesn't travel, and they're gonna like um, get together and drink and um, shoot target practice out on the land or whatever.
Right.
um, yeah, so you have like all of these little vignettes about the people who are coming uh, to the party and or to the reunion, and so it's like it's about the place I grew up, but it's also I know people like the people in the song.
Right.
You know, I know the crazy ass old man who it like in the Uncle Slayton character in the song is from Texas, but he lives in Oklahoma, and there's like he's not allowed in Texas anymore, and like we don't know what that's about, but
Right.
he's up to some kind of shenanigans south of the Red River, I guess. But
So,
like,
yeah.
but like it talks about him making whiskey because he still knows how. So like he's a
That's
old
right. I
school.
saw the stills and and it was all nice and clean too, Yeah, good
Yeah.
operation.
But then so he's doing moonshine, and like no one's buying that anymore, but he's also making meth because that is what people
Yeah, because that's
people
what
will
people
buy.
want.
And
Yeah, give the
yeah.
people what they want. But isn't that how NASCAR started? I think we talked about this before, but NASCAR started because they were running moonshine and they were trying to get away
Yeah.
from the cops. Yeah, and people like
Yeah.
it. It's kind of funny how it went from running away from the cops to cops. Yeah,
Yeah.
just I don't know. But yeah, okay. So that song, for me, the sound for me, what I liked was the storytelling and the guitar work.
Yeah.
Definitely like that. Yeah. Not
Yeah,
super much.
sometimes he'll perform with a full band, and sometimes he'll perform solo.
Right.
But like even when he's doing solo, he's all like
Yeah. Yes. And it's quality music. It's not like it's bad music at all. It's he's a great musician, and like I told you before we got on air, sounds like someone who would be living in Texas, or like someone who I would see in Austin. And then Miranda informed me that he does live in Austin. So yeah, it does make sense. Okay, so what about the first song I gave you? I don't think I wrote that.
Uh,
Oh, I did. Okay,
did you make a list?
I did.
Okay, because like
So
you sent them to me like just one link at a time.
I
So
did, didn't I? That's horrible. So the first one I sent you was J. Cole, Quick Step, off of
yeah,
his new album. And basically the lyrics, the way it happens, the story that is being told is that he wears a hoodie all the time because he's a normal guy. He's this huge superstar. First of all, he's a multimillionaire. He's this big hip hop guy. I mean, he's considered a hip hop god. And but he doesn't have bodyguards. He doesn't have guns. He doesn't sell drugs. He doesn't smoke weed. You know, he doesn't do any of the shit that you would think a normal hip hop guy would do. He doesn't like have multiple women. He's been with one woman like for like 20, 25 years. You know, but he's like this hip hop guy who is just like straight hip hop. And so the story goes that his car ran out of gas. So he was going to the gas station. He pulled into a gas station. This guy comes up to him and says, "Do you want some weed?" Because he's selling weed. And, J. Cole says, "I've never been a stoner, so no, I don't want any." And the guy recognizes him and says, "Oh, aren't you J. Cole?" And then they get to talking. And this guy says, "When I was so down and I didn't think I was going to make it, I was listening to your music, and your music inspired me, helped me get through." Um, you know, and then J. Cole's goes on this, and the song builds. I don't know if you remember how the emotion builds to the point
yeah,
where at the end he says, "It's the difference you make. It's the difference you make. It's the difference you make." And that's the thing. Yeah.
yeah, and like I think I told you in our Facebook chat that I really liked how that built, and it's like the song starts out with a real low key kind of beat, like it's just real low key, it's smooth, um, and then he comes in kind of like, "Hey, I want to tell you the story," and then
Yeah.
he's like just flowing like super smooth, and as the conversation in the song
Right.
carries on, it
Right.
the musical intensity increases, the vocal intensity increases, the
Right.
and his vocal is so like tied to the emotional resonance. Like it's not
Yeah.
just the musical effect of like, oh, this is the part of the song where we get louder or
Right.
whatever. It's like
Right.
it really builds together.
It
And yeah,
does. It's to
it was
me,
a
it's a beautiful
really
song.
great
Like,
song.
yeah, yeah. And I think when the album came out, because it just came out, um, I think people have been dissecting this song and this album for as long as it's been out. And this is
That's what
one of
people
those
do.
songs that, yeah, this is one of those songs that people dissect and like will end up writing papers on. It is to me, one of the most beautiful songs on the album. But I think I may have included I know I didn't include another one. Okay, so let's go to your second one. Your second one is, oh
Oh,
no,
Paper Hanger.
let me see if Me Without You, Paper Hanger.
Yeah. So I have been a fan of Me Without You since I was a youth group kid in evangelical Christianity, listening to like Christian music all the time. And like the they were one. So Christian music has and has always had tons of just kind of uh, poorly written worship music
Yes, yes,
as the stuff that's like more popular. But there are some good. more underground bands that are really like explore their spirituality in a
Right.
more honest and complex way. And this song's from their second album. So, yay. Uh, their first album, I'm actually working on a piece for my blog about how their first album is to me like a psalm book
Okay.
for a closeted trans girl.
Really? Wait, it
Yeah,
is or it is for you?
like that's how it was for me,
Okay.
right? Because like I was, that was a stage in my life where like I knew that I was trans, but I didn't have the vocabulary to describe it necessarily. But I did
Understood.
know that, the faith community I was in saw that as sinful.
Right.
And, so I was like trying to pray it away, trying to like all of that kind of self-loathing stuff. And their first album, it's a bunch of songs about like the lead singer's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
And so you have like this unrequited love kind of situation. But for me, it was like um, reaching out for the woman I knew myself to be in my soul and
Yes.
not being able to like reach that realization. This particular song, though, um, it's um, it's actually so like the lyrics start with not one motion of her gesture could I forget, the prettiest bag lady I ever met, pushing her cart in the rain, then gathering plastic and glass. She watched the day pass, not hour by hour, but pain by pain. Um, and This song always reminds me of the first trans person I ever met.
Oh, okay.
So, grew up in a small town, like 10 to 15,000 people. It was the county seat, so it was the big town, but like, it was a pretty
Oh,
small town.
wait, that's
And
really small. 10 to
yeah,
15,000 people?
yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I grew up in this small town in southern Oklahoma.
Okay.
It has always been a socially conservative place, a lot of religious presence, and like the Southern Baptists like run the place.
Right.
Um, but there was uh, whenever I was like 7 or 8, um, our washing machine at home broke, and so we needed to go to the laundromat for a week or two or whatever. And so I went with my mom to the laundromat, and there was this woman there, probably in her 30s, and she had a little bit of a beard shadow,
Right.
and was visibly trans, as we would describe that now.
Right.
Um, and um, I remember asking my mom, like, why does that lady have a beard?
Right.
And my mom was like, gave a good explanation of like, she was born as a boy, but felt like in her heart that she was a girl, and so like she dresses as a woman and lives as a woman now.
Right.
And I was like, I I I saw myself in this lady.
A hundred
Um,
percent. Yeah. Uh,
and then, after that initial point of contact, um, I would always notice her when I saw her around town. And she appeared to be somebody who lived in like a level of poverty,
right.
because she was always on foot. often wearing the same kind of like a little bit raggedy outfits or whatever. Um, and but like I thought she was so beautiful, and I um, yeah.
I can no, I listen, I understand the feeling of the first time you see someone, who you feel like is your soul is transformative. It's something that is hard to put into words, and I don't think it's something that people who are not trans can understand,
Yeah,
ever. Um, it's wonderful to try and get them to, but yeah, I remember the first time I saw a trans person who was not like a Jerry Springer trans person. It was a
right.
trans woman, and I just happened to be at a club, and I was sitting on this couch, and it was a velvet couch, and it was the first night I met Egg, as a matter of fact, and Egg was not giving me the time of day, so I was like, all right, whatever. Me and my friends were hanging out, doing crazy stuff, and I turn around to my left, and sitting right next to me is this black woman, regal, like long neck, tall, thin, like exquisite looking, like very put together. Um,
Yeah,
and then she turns around and looks at me and smiles, and she started talking. And right then I knew, because her voice was not trained, but that's okay, because I
yeah,
was like, that is the model. That is me. And it
yeah,
was just like, it was this aha moment. It was an aha moment, because before then I did not have a frame of reference. It was like just being blind. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, okay, I'm crazy, obviously, because I feel like this. I feel like I'm a woman who should be dating women, but obviously looking at me, and hearing my voice, it was just, but that is the almost classic trans story. Almost.
yeah.
Yeah, there is
And
variation.
it's why you and I are so visible and we talk about our experiences because like I put I post a lot of like selfie galleries and like outfit of the day kind of stuff,
Yes, you
and
do like them.
um and yeah, there's the side of like um it's just I feel pretty, and
Right,
and
right.
then and then like my friends pile on compliments, and I love that. But
Yeah,
it's also led to great conversations with younger trans people who are just finding themselves, and like so they're hitting my DMs with like, I think I might be trans, and like, how did you figure it out? And or like, I'm about to come out to my family, and like whatever. Or it's partners or parents of trans people, like, hey, my spouse just came out to me and I want to be supportive, but I don't know how. And
oh no, my
so
camera just went out. Okay, we may have to keep on talking, but my camera just went completely out. um
that's
just
rude.
Yeah, it
Silly
is rude.
camera.
Yeah, silly camera. I like it, I don't understand it, but let's keep on talking, because I am here. And the I understand what you mean by having people come up to you. I understand what you mean by hitting your inbox. I feel like, when me and Egg got together, um, m- eggs 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 hut okay, Egg's dad Egg's dad married a woman, and so Egg's stepmom had a child who came out as trans, and that child said, only because of me did they have the feeling to come out, that they could come out and be safe, you know. And
Yeah.
it wasn't the first time I've heard that, and it will never be the end of that, because like you said, we are so visible, and that is why we are so visible, just to make sure, I scream it from the top of my lungs, because I want the people who are too scared to come out to understand that there is a path forward. There is a way.
Yeah.
And we don't have to hide. Times are hard. And if it's too hard for you to come out, that's fine. Stay in the closet. But just remember, you can be trans and staying in the closet until it's safe for you to come out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like what your transition or choosing not to go through like certain steps, like those kinds of things are personal decisions. It's going to be different for everybody. Um, but being who we are, being so visible is, except for you with your camera, perfect. Uh, it's yeah, it's important, and um, we also get harassed because of it or whatever.
yes, we do.
We get negative comments. We get um, threats and slurs and blah blah blah. Um, but we rise above that, and dealing with like those people, the transphobes who have nothing better to do but worry about other people's bodies, is um, that shit's worth it, to be able to help other people find themselves, find their authentic selves, and um, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's 100% worth it. It's aside from helping the community, it instills in myself a sense of, I don't know, a sense of like doing what I'm supposed to. It's another one of those things that I've, in the sense that when I came out, it's a calling. It's almost like a calling. Um, I am, it's not like it is a calling. So who else in here? Hey Jamie, hey US. It's all the same of us. Oh, hey Brandon. At least it was replaced by a pretty pig. Thank you, Brandon. Oh shit. Now I'm gonna blush. You can't see me, but I'm blushing right now. So um, let's go to the. So did we hit your second song, Miranda?
That was my second song. So
Okay. Oh, that's
your
right.
second song, yeah, your
Oh,
second song was "Sober" by Kendrick Lamar.
okay. And what did you think of that?
I loved it. Kendrick is one of my favorite hip hop artists. Like he's always pushing boundaries. He's always got like so much depth to his lyrics. Um, so much like just like the J. Cole song that we already talked about. It's like um, there's an honesty in his music that um, you don't always see in other artists of the same genre. And it's like all genres are like that, right? Where it's like I sent you some like country music, Americana, folksy
R-
stuff, and it's like, yeah, the crap that comes out of Nashville is what
Right.
people think of when they think of country music, but then you look deeper and you find the real authentic voices. And um, Kendrick is always so authentic, um, and his fame um, hasn't taken that away. Um, but this song, oh my gosh, it is. Um, there is so much, um,
To unpack.
emo- so tons to unpack. There's so much emotional vulnerability in the song. Like
Yeah.
it's a tearjerker
It is
for sure.
definitely a tearjerker. It like and the fact that Beth Gibbons from Portishead jumps in on this song, um,
Yeah.
she puts it over the edge. Like Kendrick was doing the job himself, but
Mhm.
Beth coming in was amazing. So the song, of course, it is about child abuse, sex abuse, um, and you know, I remember looking in the mirror, knowing I was gifted, only child for me, 7 years, everything Christmas, family ties. They accused my cousin. Did he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't, and then it just keeps on going. And like you said, it builds up to the point
Yeah.
where he says, this is transformation because it talks about him going to therapy after finding out that his mom was abused, and that he talks about hip hop stars who have themselves been abused and who hide and bury themselves in chains and tattoos. That's the lyric. Like, I think they hide themselves in chains and tattoos, and it's a way to kind of cover that shame that comes with abuse, which is, of course, not your fault at all, or not the person's fault who has to suffer that abuse. Um, and it says, it says, "You did it. I'm proud of you. You broke a generational curse." In
Yeah.
Black families, that is a big thing. Like, passed down through the generations is a lot of molestation, child abuse, sexual abuse, so on and so forth. And it's not talked about a lot. Um, it is a big thing. So for Kendrick to say, "You did it. I'm proud of you. You broke a generational curse," say thank you, dad, and the little kid says, "Thank you, daddy. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, brother." I don't know. I cannot get enough of that song. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go on to your next one. This is a German song, wasn't it?
Yes. Um,
What's the name of
Ich
ich,
Taug off.
ich auf off?
Uh,
Ich auf
Ich
off?
Taug off. Yeah.
Ich
Let me.
auf.
I'm gonna throw that in the chat for
Yeah.
anybody who wants to like Google the lyrics or anything. Um, so this song I discovered um, whenever I was watching the Netflix series Dark.
Oh, the
Have you
Netflix
watched
series
that?
what? Dark?
Dark.
No, never heard of it.
Okay, so it's a Netflix series by Netflix Germany,
Okay.
and um, the songs that they chose, just like across the board, amazing soundtrack. But the show it's a time travel sci-fi show.
Okay.
I I have always um, been really into sci-fi generally, but time travel in particular.
Okay.
And I feel like that has a lot to do um, with like my psychology of being trans.
Right. Right. Okay.
Because it's there were always these questions of like, well, what if I had come out sooner? Or what if I had been uh, born as a cis woman, right? Um,
Always those questions. Yeah.
yeah, and it's and in the show you have um, this group of people who keep time traveling, and there's like a couple of different factions who are trying
Right.
to um, control the future by changing the past.
Okay.
Um, but both sides are basically getting into time loops where it's like even the changing the past to gain an advantage over the other group is already predetermined in a way, and
Right.
is just another part of the loop. And um, so it's really like you can get crazy on the whole like philosophical notions of it. But
Right.
this is one of the songs that was on is repeated several times during the show, and the translation to English is like, I'm emerging from the water like from a deep gorge. Maybe that's why my mouth is closed tight. Yesterday I missed you. Where is your message? Message for me. That's how I guess I never saw you. Up, like, and it's yeah. So like this idea, like all of these different ideas of like time and being linear or not, um, and like juxtaposed with this song talking about emerging as a person, um,
Right.
really connected with me. And then it's a duet between Tokotronic and Soap and Skin. So you have
So
these like two beautiful voices.
I didn't know which was which, and if there were like I could tell that there were. Are there two people who are singing? I mean, is it
Yeah,
two people only, or is it a group and a woman singer or a female identified singer?
yeah. So Tokotronic is doing most of them. They're a band. They're a
Okay.
German
Oh,
alternative band. They've been active since the um, early '90s, I think.
right.
Um, and and then it's like, and Soap and Skin is basically doing the guest vocal on it. And I don't remember if uh, she's just like a solo person who uses that as a performance name, or if like she has her own group that performs under that name. Um, but yeah, it's such a gorgeous song.
Okay, yeah, it actually is a very pretty song.
And
Even
even if you don't like understand the lyrics or like have the
right.
translation handy, like you the emotion in it and like the beauty of their two voices and like how well they do the duet. Um,
Well, the beauty in it makes you want to actually look it up. And that's so looking up the lyrics, of course, is what I do. And it sounded beautiful. It is a beautiful song and it's great lyrics. So yeah. Wonderful. Who else in the room now? We have one more person. Learner Curious. Hello. Thank you for joining me and the poet Miranda. So we're going over music that we picked. We picked five songs, well, seven songs each.
Seven
Um,
songs. We're supposed to pick five.
yes, we started with five, ended up with seven. So let's see. My third song is and this is one of my favorite Ethel Cain songs, Casings. And it's kind of funny because it's not sausage casings, Ethel. Ethel Cain's music from when I heard like the first one I heard was a home in Nebraska, I think. And like from the first chord, um, I knew it was over. Like I was like,
Yeah,
okay, it's over. Like I will be listening to this music for a long, long time. Um, and I started with Preacher's Daughter. Immediately went to the local record store. It's called Criminal Records in Atlanta. Um, Went and I was like, and I called them. I was like, y'all need to hold this record for me. I'm coming right now. And so
yeah.
they held it. And I came and I got it, and I took it for a spin, several spins, and then I started listening to streaming. And as the saying goes, that was it. I went through the albums. So I started with A Home in the, I started with Preacher's Daughter, and then started going backwards. And I hit Golden Age EP, which is something that I don't know if a lot of people listen to. Um, but Casings is a song. It says it's raw, heart wrenching ballad about the insecurity, jealousy, and despair following a breakup, specifically when a partner leaves someone else. The lyrics focus on comparison, longing, and feeling unworthy, with themes often interpreted as reflecting toxic relationships or giving Hayden's identity transcoded longing and gender dysphoria. Um, it's visceral. As I just saw that word, that's kind of funny because that's what I was going to say. Is that it's visceral, and yes,
Yeah,
it's visceral. The and by the way, her music, I don't know. Like some people compare her to Lana Del Rey. Um, I am not a Lana Del Rey fan, and I've never seen it like that. I have seen Lana
yeah.
Del
Me,
Rey live. Yeah, you're not
like
either.
I like a couple of Lana Del Rey songs, but that no, I
Yeah,
don't really see the comparison.
I don't see it either. And a lot of people do compare them. Hayden or Ethel is, but it does say as I'm looking at this, Hastings is widely recognized by fans as a standout song regarding raw emotional damage, with many finding it highly relatable to their own experience with heartbreak. So I guess that's why I like it so much. And the funny thing is, I never really did any research on the song. I just know how I felt about it, and it was
Yeah.
beautiful. Hi, Michael. Hi, Annabelle. Thanks for coming in. Yay! Um, Let me pop up with Ethel Kane's little song. Y'all got to know Ethel Kane's song by now, don't y'all? Yeah, I mean, it seems like you guys in the chat, and I shouldn't say you guys because that is not right. You people in the chat would know anything about Ethel Kane? Do you, Brandon? Who else is in the chat? Anybody? Michael? Annabelle? Well, I'm gonna drop casings into the chat right now, so y'all can take a listen, because it is a great song. It is one of my favorite songs. I listen to this all the time, all the time. Okay, so Miranda, what is?
I'm sorry, your audio cut out.
Yeah, I know why. Hold on, let's see. There we go.
You
The
said
music.
You said my name, and then I couldn't hear what you said after that.
Yeah, it's because of the YouTube music started playing. Yeah. So, what is your next song?
Um, my next song. Well, first, let me react
Oh,
to
yeah. I'm sorry.
Casey's.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, like one thing that in general I appreciate about Ethel's music is that she's writing from her perspective as a trans woman. So obviously that's going to like touch you and me in a different kind of way than it might touch other listeners. But everything in the song is like very universal. It starts with, "Am I not good enough for you? Is there something wrong with me?"
Right.
Um, those are like the kind of insecurities that everybody has, especially if you've been through a tough breakup. Um, it's like goes on to be like, is she prettier than me? Is her skin softer than mine? Can she give you what I can't? The things I cry for every night, and like it hits
Those,
hard.
those are some powerful lyrics, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, and like that kind of self-questioning, but also um, maybe being envious of another person that you perceive as receiving the love that you didn't.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's
Right. As it says, as they say, it's raw, it's emotional, it is in your face, in your
yeah.
face. Yeah. Okay.
So
So
so my next song is Super 8 by Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit. Um,
I think I
so
saw, let's see, did I see this one at Red Rocks? I think I saw this
yeah,
one at Red Rocks. Yeah, the live at Red Rocks. And
yeah,
I
and like
actually liked it a lot. Yeah. Great guitar
yeah,
work again. Great storytelling. Uh,
yeah, he's one of my favorite songwriters. I yeah, I like a lot of his music. And actually several of his songs are on my Transition mixtape.
okay.
Um, but I was like, as I was building this mixtape for you, I was like, oh, I should give her something by Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit. But which song? Like, do I want to go with all these songs that like get in my feelings, or no? I'm gonna go with like this fun one that like starts with the dirty guitar and like the Les Paul riff that he does there is
Right.
um, yeah. So I was just like, let's throw in just a good rock and roll song that has great storytelling.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I'm glad you did that. It is always good to have different types of music because I know I fall into the same trap as well as listening to kind of the same type of music.
yeah, and like the character in the song is an alcoholic who has a very bad experience, like near death experience, after he's brought one of his groupies back to the motel. Um, and Jason himself is an alcoholic. He's been sober for something like 15 years now.
Okay.
But so there is some autobiographical notion to the song, but across his music catalog, he tells great stories. He comes up with great characters, and yeah, and then the song is just it's fun to listen to, even though the lyrics have lots of like tragedy in them.
So, yes, with that being said, I did take notes and I did say not necessarily my style, but great guitar and great lyrics. And then I think I listened to something called This Ain't All or This Ain't It.
Yeah,
And that song was amazing, that blew me away. I was like, okay, this is the song for me. And there's-
your audio is sounding underwater again.
Am I still underwater?
You're good again.
Okay, good. Um,
Yeah, so you listened
oh,
to This Ain't It, and you really liked that one.
yes, I do. I like This Ain't It. The other one, Super 8, great storytelling, not my favorite. Yeah, but This Ain't It, I remember liking, and the thing I remember liking about both of them, and even the Choctaw Bingo one, is the guitar work. You know, it really brought me in. Now the lyrics are always good. The lyrics to all of these are great. Um, but the guitar work, is excellent for me too. Um, yeah. So the next one on my list, yes. Okay, so the next one on my list is Placebo, My Sweet Prince, and well, there's, I don't know. Does anybody know, anybody in the comments, have y'all listened to Placebo before? And if you have, do you know My Sweet Prince? Um, because if you've listened to it and and if you've heard it, then you know what it's about, and it's pretty quickly established what it's about. You know, it is a it can be a rough song if you have been in this position before, which I have. Um, so I relate to a lot of it. Um, and that's why I chose it, because it's something I understand. And also the song is beautiful. Placebo is beautiful. Their music is beautiful. They are beautiful. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So
yeah,
they're a European band.
yeah,
So not as many people in the U.S. have heard them. They've had a couple of songs hit the radio here over the years, but um,
one of
yeah,
their
this.
big one of
I
their
think
big
when I
songs
I think
was
I messaged you about this being like so ethereal, and like that's kind of their music in general. It's just like takes you to a different
yes.
plane of existence.
Yes. So My Sweet Prince is about drug addiction, specifically heroin. Um, and I'm popping the lyrics into the chat, but it says, and I'll read them. Never thought you'd make me perspire. Never thought I'd do you the same. Never thought I'd fill with desire. Never thought I'd feel so ashamed. Me and the dragon can chase all the pain away. So before I end the day, remember, my sweet prince, you are the one. Um, you know, it's uh, since I'm a drug addict, I haven't used since 2012, but you know that even today, those types of songs hit me really hard, and the emotion that is put into the singing and the instrumentation of the song really really hits hard for me. Yeah.
Yeah, the like you quoted the first verse, but the third verse really got to me. It says, "Never thought I'd get any higher. Never thought you'd fuck with my brain. Never thought all this could expire. Never thought you'd go break the chain."
Yes, yes,
That,
yes.
do you know do
Yeah.
you know the song "Not an Addict" by K's Choice?
Yes, I do. And I'll tell you
Okay,
why really
this
quickly.
made me think of that.
Because yes, it broke. K's Choice got that song broken on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's how it got really big. Like it was big on the radio, but then when Buffy the Vampire Slayer played it, it exploded. Yes, and that song is amazing. And yeah, that was in my active druggy phase. So yeah, I remember that song vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah. um, so okay, so from there on, I don't know what other songs I pulled, but go ahead with your next one, because I think your next one is um I think you have a story behind this one, don't you? Because I put
Yeah.
Auntie Etheridge.
Yes. So yeah, I told you I had a story to go with this one. So I put "Come to My Window" by Melissa Etheridge. Um, and the story is that um, that uh, she kind of broke onto the scene in the early '90s, and that was a huge smash hit at that time. Um, and so I was listening to it and like connecting with it, and I was like 10 or 11 years old at the time. So like I'm in my tween years, like really starting to um, like really struggling with my identity, and then like approaching puberty, which um,
Sucks.
for for a lot of for a lot of trans people, puberty is body horror.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, yeah. So anyway, I was listening to her music a lot, and some other female like singer songwriters that were coming up at the time. And my best friend, one day we're like chilling in my room. This song was playing. We were like playing video games, and he's like, "Dude, why are you listening to so much lesbian music?"
Yes,
Um,
yes.
well,
So there's something I need to tell you.
I just like the song.
Right. That's kind of funny though, because I'm a little bit older than you. I think I'm like 10 years older than you, maybe. I remember, so when that song came out, I was actually in college. It had come out maybe a couple years before, and maybe 3 years, 4 years before. And I remember being in my off-campus apartment, and it was called the Cougars Den, and we would all leave our doors open, and you would always hear Melissa Etheridge blaring, Indigo Girls, Tracy Chapman, any
Hmm.
lesbian like folk artist or anything like that, anybody, like any lesbian, basically lesbian based music. um our little Cougars Den was very queer. I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, it was very queer. And I guess that's why, in a sense, I felt comfortable there.
Yeah.
My roommates were not. Um, well, one of my roommates was gay, except for he was in the closet and he didn't come out of the closet. Let me put it to you like this: there are some people like that are gay. Um,
Yeah.
and he was one of those, like, I could look at him and listen to him, and that's a bad way to say it. You should never say things like that, but I knew, like, within the first 5 minutes that he was gay. He just never came out. And then he came to visit me after school, maybe 2 years after we were done, and still nothing. But he was also like really southern, from a like uptight southern, um, South Carolinian family, with a lineage and lots of old money. So of course he was going to be a little bit repressed.
Yeah.
And I often wonder what's happened to him now. Like, if he is actually come out, is he living his life, or does he have a wife and 2.5 kids and like a miserable existence, you know
Yeah.
so, so um but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's always so hard knowing people like and like you and I both were in the closet for a long time, so it's like I'm
right,
sure
right,
that other queer people in our lives saw the queerness in us whenever we weren't ready yet, and
right.
thought the same kinds of things. But like, now I can see that in other people, and I just want to be like,
Hey,
it's
Joe.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, I like that. I like that. Okay, so Mama Etheridge, or we'll say Auntie Etheridge, and the story. Um, so now I think that was, what was that, number four for you? Let's see,
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was five. Okay,
that
so
was
now we're gonna
5.
do. So we started out with saying we were going to do five. Now we chose to do seven, so we have two extra. My first extra. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many I sent you. I sent you a dance song that you didn't really respond to.
Oh,
It
I thought I did. The cola.
Yeah, Cola. Maybe I missed the
Yeah.
response to it. Um, yeah, Cola was a song. I don't know when it came out. It says like it came out like 8 years ago. But I remember when it came out, it dominated the club scene, and it shut down Ibiza. Like, it was popular in Ibiza, and popular all around the world. And it's by Camel Fat and Elderbrook. Um, if anybody wants to take a listen, it's just called Cola, Cola. Listen to it on TikTok, not TikTok, what's it called? YouTube. Listen to it on YouTube and start dancing. Everybody should dance
Yeah,
once a day. Yeah,
yeah, it's really an infectious beat.
it is. It is. So let's see. I don't. That may have. Oh, that was my last one. That's why. Okay. So your sixth one is.
Josephine by the Wallflowers.
That was a beautiful song, and it is a beautiful song. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I have two stories for you about that song.
Okay.
So now my middle name is Joe, so Miranda Joe.
Right.
Um, but my previous middle name was Joseph.
Your previous middle name
Whenever
is what? I'm sorry.
Joseph,
Okay. Okay.
so not a huge change, right?
Right. Right.
But so when I was in school, I got bullied relentlessly, like all through school, for um, not being masculine enough, not performing that like I was supposed to. Um,
Right.
so in like sixth or seventh grade, one of my bullies started calling me Josephine, and he continued doing that like through 10th grade, and
Oh.
he probably would have kept going, but I moved in the middle of high school. Um, so like it was so that song reminds me of that experience and how like the way that bullies operate is they're gonna like pick out an insecurity of yours
Right.
and double
Right.
down. And they love because they're the ones who actually have gender ideology. Um, they love to be like, you're not man enough because you aren't doing it this way. Um,
Yeah. Well.
um, and um, but sometimes how that felt was they can see through.
Yes. Okay. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that.
And so like being called Josephine relentlessly by this one bully was like he could how does he know? Because I'm trying so hard to I'm like
Well.
I was playing multiple sports. I was trying to like hang out with the right people or whatever. And and despite all of that, it's like how you still see
Do
right
you
through me.
think he picked up on it, or was he just being a bully?
I think he was just like looking back. I think he was just being a bully, but in the moment, how it felt was very much a like,
Right.
he's using this name. He's calling me a girl, um, and I wish I was a girl. How can he know
Right.
that?
Right. um.
Oh, and
So.
then the other story with this song is that, um, like I said, I moved in the middle of high school,
Okay.
and when I moved, I thought about changing my name then. Um, I was I had gone by my first name, my whole life. Um, never really felt like it connected. Surprise, surprise.
Right.
But so like I moved in the middle of high school. That was my first move. Um, and I was like, well, this is a chance to recreate myself with this new group of people. Um, maybe I should go by Joe. And but the twist was that I thought about it as Joe, J-O, not J-O-E. Like I
Yeah,
was already
definitely.
thinking about it as the feminine Joe.
Definitely. Okay. So just to tell you, Josephine is my niece's middle name and my grandmother's first name. My
Lovely.
grandmother's passed, but that was her first name. And so it's a beautiful name to me. I love it. Um, but yeah, the song itself is beautiful. I like the wallflowers, and the lyrics are so beautiful too. Um, so we're gonna go on to my next song, and let
Yeah.
me see where
So
we are here in my songs. Kendrick. Oh,
do,
snap. Okay. I'm gonna try not to cry. I'm probably not going to on this song. Um, but this song, I'm gonna put it in chat real quick. Boom. Is called Je te laisserai de mots.
oh,
And
you
it's
skipped a
by,
song.
oh, I did. What song is that?
Jet Fuel by Mac Miller.
Oh, I thought that was the last one. Okay, so we'll go to jet fuel first. Let me pull up jet fuel. Jet fuel is amazing to me. Mac Miller is amazing. Very creative, very dead too, I should say. I'm sorry to say it like that. He has passed. He passed in his sleep from, of course, a suspected drug overdose. He was very much into drugs, and I think he dated Ariana Grande, and I think that's one of the reasons she broke up with him, because he was such a heavy drug user. Um, do you know if that's the case, Miranda?
I I don't know.
Okay, I do think that's the case. Um, but let me pull up the lyrics, and I will just throw them into the chat because the lyrics are kind of crazy. Um, he is such, for a hip hop guy, and I find hip hop people creative. Um, Mac Miller um, is, oh, that didn't pull up all of it at all. That's horrible. Anyway, the lyrics
Yeah,
are,
you reached the limit count or the
oh,
character
I
limit, I
did.
guess.
Okay. So the first stanza or whatever you say, it says, "Yeah, I used to want to be a superhero, fly around with a cape, catching bad guys. Now my head underwater, but I ain't in the shower and I ain't getting baptized. To be good and the bad times, all the cuts, broken bones, and the black eyes. Young motherfucker with a mad mind, made a couple million off of these rap lines. Y'all can't tell me nothing no more. Came up from the bottom of that basement floor. Don't come close. Y'all ain't even know goat." So it just goes on. And he, of course, is talking about jet fuel. And jet fuel, of course, is, drugs. And it's the way that, you get faded, but you get, at the same time, um, not experienced, but inspired. And I am almost 100% sure that he wrote this song while he was completely fucked up, as he did a lot of his music. But his catalog is so so different, and so extensive, and very unique. He was a unique voice in hip hop, and will be remembered for a long time. Um, but yeah, if y'all got a chance, check out the song "Jet Fuel" by Mac Miller. One of my favorite songs. Yeah. Okay. Go for it,
Yeah,
Miranda.
and I'm sure that this one hits you hard because of your history of drug use and
You're right. You're right. Yeah, it does. It actually, funny. It is actually kind of, it- because I like the way he puts the words together. It is more of an understanding and a joyful song for me. Like
Mhm.
you know, fate in your hands while you're waiting for me. I'm already here already, dear. Now is only now. Head back to the ground, dear. You know, like you're up in the sky. You're like so fucked up. Now it's time to like come down. You know, get back down. Understand life. But while you're up there, you know, sometimes creativity explodes. And I know for myself that like all my bad writing, I call myself the bloody awful poet, but like when I was fucked up, I wrote a lot of bloody awful poetry, you know, and that's just, you know, there's like a creativity that springs from, unfortunately, from drug use. I'm
Yeah,
not glamorizing it at all. So no.
right. But it like, sometimes it can release inhibitions that are holding you back, or those kinds of things.
Right.
Um, so that's and
Okay.
plenty of people use illicit drugs as a way to self-medicate because of other mental things going on, and like that's an interesting aspect of it
Okay.
too. And like I see that a lot in these lyrics where it's like there's that tension of like wanting to be under control of
Yes.
himself and like who he is,
Yes.
but not being able to be without floating away.
Yes. So it's kind of funny that you said that there are underlying and I always tell people this that there are always underlying reasons when people become addicts. People don't just become addicts because they want to do drugs and get addicted to drugs. They don't want to get addicted to drugs. I was doing drugs because, unbeknownst to me, I have bipolar disorder. I didn't know that at the time. You know, I was trying to manage the swings, the episodes by doing all these drugs. But what happened is I ended up getting addicted. You know, well, what happened at first was it was management, you know, and then it was like addiction, you
Yeah.
know. So then when I went to rehab and got the help I needed, um, you know, I was able to see that looking back that that's what it was. It was, you know, yeah, I like to party, but it was also like it was a screaming out into the void, you know. Um, yeah, so that is a good point. Being an addict is
Oh,
actually
Joe, that's so true.
it
The
is true.
be
It is true. Yeah, it
it is
is.
hard
It's
work.
very true. Yeah. So we are on your last song. Is that correct?
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. So my last song is "If She Ever Leaves Me" by the Highwomen. Um,
Oh, right. Yes.
and it's a lesbian country ballad.
It is. I know. Like, first of all, it's like that meme. Like, you almost got me in the first half, you know, but then the second half, y'all came back. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it was another like this song means a lot to me in the context of my relationship with my wife. Um,
Okay.
and like she's faced a lot of criticism from her family and from some other people for staying with me through my transition.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, and uh, so this song, where it's like there's a woman who's talking about her lady, and it's like a barroom scene where some guy is hitting on her partner, and she's basically singing to the guy like, um, you can't have her, she's mine. And also, if she does leave me, it's not going to be for some guy like you. Um,
I'm actually looking at that lyric right now where it says, if she leaves, it's going to be for a woman with more time who's not afraid of her dreams to come true. Um, And it
Yeah.
says, if she ever gives her careful heart to somebody new, well, it won't be a motherfucking cowboy like you. You know, and I dropped the motherfucker in there. It wasn't in there to begin with. Um,
That's a good ad lib, I think.
yeah, the song is awesome. I loved it. I loved it. And you know, I do love country songs. Well, so I love country. I do not like country pop. This throws back to like cool country, like old country, you know? It's a good country song. And it has great lyrics. So I always love great lyrics. You know, I think both of you and I appreciate that in music. And I'm sure a lot of other people do too. Um, Great song, yeah. Um, I do like that you've chosen like two or three lesbian songs, songs about lesbians, and I have chosen none, which is kind of funny because that's all I used to listen to. I have an Ani DeFranco Indigo Girls playlist that is just chock full of like lesbian type songs, and I call lesbian songs and all this fun stuff. But yeah, so my last song.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm not a lesbian. I'm bisexual, but like the
that
kind
is
of
right. I
bisexual
apologize.
who who oh no, like they're totally lesbian songs, and um it's just funny because it's like I'm the kind of bisexual who's like I ignore that men exist most of the time, but then
So
occasionally one will be attractive, and I'm like, oh, good for
yeah,
him.
yeah. I am bisexual. So I called myself pansexual until I understood that bisexual does not mean just man or woman, but any gender, basically. So yeah, bisexual. I like it. The flag is better than the pan flag. And honestly, you know, it's not like I like cis guys. You know, there are not a lot of guys that like I really like. You know, Brandon is a cutie. If he's still in here, he hears me. Brandon is a fucking cutie. But
Yes.
there are some guys that I really get down for, you know, and they're usually gay or queer in some way. You know, like I usually do not get down for straight cis hetero guys. It's just I can tell, you know. There's been one cis hetero guy, and he is my plug, my dealer. Um, and he has always treated me with respect and called me by my name. So he's been my dealer since before I transitioned. And so when I transitioned, he immediately transitioned to using my name. He put my name in his phone. You know, he always says, yes, ma'am. You know, he always
Yeah.
looks me in the eyes. And I'm like, this is a man, you know, this is a man, you know, and it sometimes gives me butterflies. And I'm like, I don't understand this. You know, I don't know. But then I remember, yeah. So um, the next song, my next
Yeah, you
song,
have one left. It's your French song.
it's my French song, Je te lasserai de mort. And I don't remember what that stands for in English, but I have it pulled up. So let's see if I can find the English translation. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's just taking a minute to pull up. Okay, Patrick Watson, English breakdown. And I want y'all to listen to this because the very first chord, um, and I start to cry immediately. Like, I don't know what this song does to me and why it does it to me. Um, but the verse is, I will leave you notes underneath your door, under the singing walls near the place where your feet pass, hidden behind the holes of your couch. And when you're alone for a moment, pick me up whenever you want, pick me up whenever you want, pick me up whenever you want. And in French, it sounds better. So you have to listen to it in French. Like it's so beautiful. Like, I can't even, like, it's hard for me to explain. Like when there's something so beautiful to me, I can't explain it. It just like my mind is blown, you know, and yeah, no, so Well, so everybody in chat, go listen to that damn song.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, go listen to these songs and go make your friends mixtapes too.
yes, yes. All my screens just shut down immediately. Hold on, I'm popping them all back up. Maybe my camera will work now. Let's see. No, my camera's still not working. Okay, so now that we've gone through kind of the music portion of the show, I was hoping, and you did say that you would read a poem or two. So
Yeah.
let's get to it. Or is there something you want to talk about beforehand?
Oh no. I don't know.
Okay. First of all,
Um,
do you have links to your poem? Hold
um,
on. Let's see.
so these poems are like um, everything that I have available to read, I have published on my blog. Um, when I migrated it
Okay.
from Substack to Beehive, um, I
Right.
did lose some formatting, and I haven't dealt with that. So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah. The
so,
formatting
so
on Beehive is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Um,
like you have to be very intentional about what you're doing.
right.
Um, yeah. So I need to revisit. Um, I need to revisit some of my posts and do that
Right.
with that editing that I don't really want to do. That or maybe I should just do um, like a repost. Like, hey, I did this poem before and now I'm doing it again, but I'm actually formatting it correctly. That might be easier.
No, that's a great idea because people will be like, okay, I know I got this a week ago. you know.
Yeah, so I have like three poems handy. I have more handy than that, but I have like three that I kind of had in mind as
Okay.
possibilities to share.
Okay.
Um, so whenever I came out to my wife, um, I wrote a poem to um, help me with that process and like kind of describe um, how I feel.
Right.
Um, and um, oddly enough, it does tie back into when we were talking about Josephine earlier and like bullies seemingly
Yes.
seeing through
Yes.
me. Um, so like in this poem, there's a scene of one of my bullies assaulting me in
Ooh. Okay.
the restroom at my middle school.
Okay.
Um, so that's part of this, but it's like a lot of it is like just kind of I don't know, trying to work out the idea that I've always felt this way.
Okay. Should
So
we should we go ahead and say content warning for everybody listening?
it's not super graphic,
Okay.
um, but
Okay.
anyway, this is called "You'd Look So Pretty." Why did God waste those damn lashes on a boy? They would say that, the ones who loved me. At school, they fluttered too long in the murky mirror, while moths flittered against the light in the blue bathroom. In that dull mirror, I hypnotized myself, didn't hear the boots behind me, floated out the tri-pane window to spring, when my sister's best friend pulled me away from the slumber party, pulled me into the cold bathroom we all shared and drew bubbles in the tub. Her ankle butterfly disappeared. "It's fine," she said, handing me her razor. "You won't cut me." She wove her soft fingers between mine and pressed. I saw his brown mop of hair first when he came in the door, but late. Too late to land. Eyelashes fluttered. It was too late to crawl inside my broken chrysalis. "You'd look so pretty as a girl," he said, "just like the ones who loved me." Then he stomped me out with his black boots.
Okay. Is that how it ended? Damn. Okay. I was not expecting that end. That's beautiful. I like the imagery. I'm sorry if that's how it happened because being stomped out with the being black boots is not good at all. But yes, very good poem. Thank you. Well, hold on. Let's hear this. All right. So one poem down. I I am gonna read one of mine.
All
Um,
right.
yes, but y'all forgive me for reading this because it is a poem of mine, and I am the bloody awful poet. Um, and this is called, and this is a content warning as well. I mean, just it is a content warning. So this is called a confession, revelation. Okay. I thought I said no, although I can't be sure. Maybe I didn't. I was drunk, blown on that yay, and hanging out with Molly. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. Can a guy, or more accurately, a penis haver who was assigned male at birth, actually and honestly be believed? Can he really think he said no? I said no, though I can't be sure. Dragged into the bathroom, door locked, piss all over the place, rank, fetid smell, posters covering the walls, boxed room, toilet, sink and mirror. We take out our bullets, take a hit of that white girl, having left our drinks at the table. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure, as you violently rubbed your hand against my crotch. I thought I pushed your hand away laughing. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. The mirror betrayed me as I saw myself get hard. The same mirror held my shame. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. Can I have can I have consented while intoxicated? I already know the answer to that, but no one will ever believe that. No one will ever believe that I am the one who that I am not the one who initiated this. They unbuckled my belt. They unbuttoned the top one. They unzipped the zipper, and my pants hit the floor, mixing with the piss and who knows what else. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure, as they grabbed my dick and put it in their mouth. I got hard. I thought I said no. They pulled their underwear. They pulled down their underwear. I think this is how it goes, and put me rather strongly in them. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. When it was over, did we even use protection? What a strange sensation to stumble out of a bathroom in a club to cheers and whistles while lost in the murky waters of intoxication and disbelief. They bowed. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. I've told exactly one person, and I'm hopeful that they will understand the amount of time I repressed, then sat with this. I am pretty sure I was sexually assaulted decades ago. Will people really believe that I said no through the haze? I remember the guilt and the shame as people high fived me and bought me more drinks. The memories hit, swirl, cover my head, then drift like fog in the morning air. A smell, a song, the right conditions, the perfect storm for information escaping the deepest, furthest recesses of my mind, my brain, my cells, my skin, electric shock, waking and pulling it back to the front and dominating all thought. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. I may have bragged at the time, my youthful mind and the crowd throwing their cheers. I may have bragged about it. That would definitely have been a coping mechanism. I am not sure. I thought I said no, though I can't be sure. This is what I remember, fuzzy as it is. Some embarrassment mixes with the shame of not knowing exactly, of not being sure, of not being able to explain adequately how I felt in the moment. Grief, shame, arousal, pain, name it. I am trying. I built a wall in my mind so strong, but with these words, I'm taking the first steps to break this cage. I was sexually assaulted in a bathroom of a club over 2 decades ago. This is my confession. This is my revelation. And that's it.
That, yeah.
Uh,
The
yeah.
the the repeat of I thought I said no, it like that's yeah.
Yeah. So that's the content warning. Sorry, y'all.
Um, so you're not a bad poet, even though you claim to be. Um,
Thank you for coming from
um,
you. I really appreciate that.
yeah, that was really like really. I mean, really moving. Really vivid and disturbing and relatable. Um,
I think so. Yeah. Um, I think I hate to say it, but a lot of people, and I'm not going to just say trans people, a lot of people, but definitely a lot of queer people seem to have these memories or experiences, and it does make them relatable. Even as sad and as disturbing as that is, it does make them relatable. Um,
yeah,
um,
and like all of the self blame and the guilt of being a victim.
right.
Um, when that's the guilt shouldn't rest with us because we were victimized, um, but it does, and that's part of the horror of that kind of thing happening is that it's not just the physical experience, but the way that it fucks with your mind for decades.
For decades, yeah, literal decades. Let's see, what does Joe say? Poet Miranda, a gift of a blank page was given to me 25 years ago. The written page grew so beautiful 25 years later. I've never written on a page. You just showed me. I'll write on pages now and said, I've written on scraps. So, yes. So, Joe, yeah, use that gift of blank pages book.
Yeah,
Definitely fill it up, doodles,
I
anything.
yeah I do a lot of my um, composition of my poems on my phone, like in the notes app, and
Yes.
then like on my computer. Like I'll start there, and then it'll go to my computer where I'll like
Flush it
work on
out.
the on the line breaks and editing and all of that stuff. But whenever I get ready to um, read a poem for an audience, I always write it in my notebook and like it. I don't know. So this is like my performance notebook.
Okay. I just read off my phone because the format on the on my laptop is crazy. It looks cool, but is not the format I typed it in. So I'm like, you know, but on my phone it is, and I like you start a lot of my poems in the notes app, and so I have like fragments of poetry that I need to. I'm like, okay, what is this actually about? And I'll just have
Right?
to go
Yeah.
back and build around it. Yeah.
Yeah. I have so many parts of poems that are just,
Right.
you
Right.
know, and I'll return to them whenever I'm ready and
Yeah.
figure out where they
Definitely.
belong, I guess.
Yeah.
So the second poem
Okay.
um, is kind of based on the long-running artistic concept of the self-portrait.
Okay.
Um, so uh, it is called Selfies in a Rearview Mirror. She sits in the parking garage, already running late, and frames her face in the rearview mirror. She takes her selfie. Her eyeshadow turned out good on the third try. She looks in to see behind her, to who she's always been, to when she clutched Raggedy Andy, no, Ann, to when she told her mom, I don't want to be the little brother anymore, to when she tumbled across the front lawn after her sister taught her cartwheels. She wanted to turn over and over until she stuck the landing herself. To when her sister's friends experimented with her hair and makeup, to them she was a mannequin. To when she dressed up as a girl for Halloween, for fun,
Mhm.
she came alive in her uncostume. To when she lifted her hands at church camp and pleaded, she spent years, decades, pleading for this thorn to be removed. To when she wore tails in the spring because she couldn't wear a white dress.
Mm.
To when her children called her dad. She tried to be a good father, despite the distance within. To when she found something like a woman's courage reflecting back to her. She adjusts the rearview mirror and pulls forward onto the gray city street.
Very nice. And I have tears right now, so I refuse to cry.
You're not refusing very well.
No, I'm not. Fuck. You are a beautiful poet. I can't help it. Oh, shit. There goes my eye makeup. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Well, my camera's not on, so like I mean it's on, but you can't see me anyway, so that's fine. Wow. Like, yeah. Okay. Whew. I don't have another one. Do you have another one? That was
I have
beautiful.
one more. I have
Okay.
one more.
Please read.
Um,
Please.
so this poem is about um, trans G-side. I don't know if we can say that full word on Substack these days.
Right.
Um, and
Hi, Ted. Thanks for coming in.
I I wrote it last January, right after dumb shit took office, and one of the um, there was this whole rash of anti-trans executive orders, right? The first week he was in office, right?
Right.
Um, and one of those called for the National Institutes of Health and the CDC to erase records about trans healthcare, about the biological validity of our experience.
Let me stop
And
you there for a minute, because I have a friend who worked at the CDC and was working on that very thing, and she was pissed. Yeah, I remember when that happened. Okay, so go ahead. And she told me because she was like, "I can't. I just can't. I can't do this anymore." You know. So she
yeah,
quit the CDC. Okay.
yeah. And like those of us who know history and know that
Right.
people
Exactly.
like us were among the first victims in
Right.
1933.
Yep.
Um, and the book burning at Hirschfeld's Institute,
Right.
um, like that was the obvious callback to me. And um, so it was like, damn it, now I'm like, now I have this poem that I have to get out of me that is about being queued up for G-Side.
Yeah. Let's
Um,
do it.
yeah,
First of all, is it
uh,
going to be rough? Because it looks like you're getting ready for a rough poem.
it it is rough.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and I actually read this poem at Transgender Day of Remembrance in
Oh,
November.
this one.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you know the poem.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Um, so this I always dedicate to our trans ancestors. Um, don't remember me for my resilience or strength. Definitely not for bravery. These days, I tell my friends I love them more often, just in case. The time for my poems to obfuscate, to obscure plain meaning, is over. First they came, first they came. That poem is all over my social media feeds. It doesn't feed me. So few have anything to say about edicts erasing trans existence. They say I worry too much for an unperson. I keep thinking about the poems I haven't written. I've spent 6 months trying to write an elegy for an egg I knew.
Mm.
They say he killed himself because his girlfriend caught him in her panties. Craft notes. Should I strike through he slash him above. Last they came. This isn't the first time they've tried to erase us. Last they came. We didn't even make it into the goddamn poem. I drive my wife to the mountains every time she asks. I want her to remember how silly her wife looks in snowshoes. Back to that egg. Her favorite song was The Beautiful People. I said I wouldn't obscure plain meaning. Let me define egg. A trans person who hasn't hatched into themselves yet. When I was a little girl, I checked out books about magic from the school library, and I crafted myself a cloak of invisibility. Don't let the book burners anywhere near your local library. Don't remember me for who you thought I was. Remember me for who I am. My wife and I thought we did the right thing. We bought an American dream. FHA mortgage, magnolia tree, and chipped maroon paint. I tried to draw a Venn diagram. Politicians who demand Ten Commandments plaques posted in schools, and politicians who bear false witness against my queer siblings. Round and round, a circle drawn in chalk. I remember the soft glow of the gas heater in the hallway of my childhood home. Haven't you ever wanted to be as constant as a pilot light? I don't know how many more metaphors I get to write for you. Don't remember tears streaming down my face. Remember when I started smiling for photographs.
Yes.
First they came, last they came. Don't remember that poem without me.
Very nice. I've heard it before, and I cry my eyes out when I hear it. So I'm trying. Fuck. Oh shit. It's fucking beautiful.
Why are there so many children in your fake audience? It's weird.
that was beautiful. That is beautiful. I've read that before, and I think
It's always hard to read, but like it means a lot. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. I'm trying.
I need to write like a happy poem.
Yeah, you do.
So that like I could give everybody a palate cleanser after I read something devastating. So, there's my next writing goal.
So I may actually read one more, and this is the same type of thing. It's not palate cleansing at all. Not super. Well, I don't know how sad it is. There's no content warning on this. Um, but I've got to give myself a moment to dab in my eyes. Because once again, makeup, all over my eyes. Okay, not crying, but moved. Bring on the kittens. Okay, so let's see. This is called April 19th comes around every year. Sadly, but your memory is strong with those who loved you. Okay, it had to be your eyes, or maybe it was the way you laughed with pure joy that belied your battered life. Um, I messed that up. So it had to be your eyes, or maybe the way you laughed with joy so pure that belied your battered life that you lived. Every day you showed up with a smile in your eyes, stars twinkling in the night sky. I wanted to see you today. I don't know where you are. So I combed through my memories, forgotten and neglected. Anything, a shred of evidence that you were around me and I existed in your orbit. Fuck, the memory I didn't want, the picture. April 19th, the picture used at your memorial. And the dam burst, the emotions contained barely now. My tears came fast, rushing and splashing everywhere. My dress, my desk. Today is ripped, jagged, my red dress not quite fitting, my inconsolable mood. I am fractured, I am broken, blurry eyed, and a sunken shell. It happens every year on this day, April 19th. I split open, crushed by the memory of you, of your wicked humor. Imagine this, a poet with no words, no cheesy metaphors now. Nothing comes out now. The words dry on the page, and I contemplate what my life means. I understand that now, that living for you is essential to our cause. All trans people deserve love and safety. You had love. I'm sorry that I could not provide that safety. The last time we spoke was a video call. You were super animated and you were bold and you were beautiful. April 19, every year, forever. I will give you what you needed most, love and safety. Your memory will live on. That's all I can read. That's a wrap. I can't read anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we went deep, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit deeper than I was expecting. I was not ready for that. Shit does not hit me like that until I start reading it, So yeah, that was about our friend Katie, who was murdered by her coward of a dad in 2022 on April 19th, and she was I'm sorry, on March 19th, and she was 19. So yeah, there's more
Yeah,
to it.
I didn't know the whole story. I saw that you posted her picture the other day on the anniversary date.
So
Yeah.
she um she and her father went back and forth because her father did not like the fact that she was trans, or that and they would get in fights, and nobody believes her, a 19-year-old girl, over like older man father figure. And so he would cut off her hair, and she would have to wear wigs, and then she would grow it back out, and he would cut it back off again. They sent her to institutions, psychiatric facilities, um, holding facilities back home. Like, it was a rough life, but she was strong, um, in spite of it all, and she kept a wicked sense of humor in spite of it all, and we connected in spite of all of that. And I think maybe because of shared history, we did connect. And
Yeah.
um, she, even though she was so young, because we were in the same support group together, that's how we met. And we talked just about every day. And yeah. I mean, I found out by a reporter asking me for a statement. That's how I found out. No, yeah,
That's
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. That's how it happens sometimes. What can we do? Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But let's let's try and up the mood a bit before we log off. It is 1 hour 55 minutes 55 seconds when I looked at the clock. 1 hour
Yeah.
55 minutes 55 seconds. Awesome.
And
Um,
my phone is down to 7%. So
Okay, yeah, we need to go ahead and log off. All you 15 people, thank you for being in the chat today. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to read my poetry because I don't usually do this. Thank you allowing Miranda to come on here and read her poetry. We always know that it's going to be good. And Miranda, I appreciate you hanging out with me for 2 hours today. uh,
I enjoyed it. I
yeah,
love spending the time with you, and our little mixtape project was a lot of fun.
yes, yes,
Putting those songs together and talking about different ways that they've impacted us, and um, I hope that uh, you sharing a couple poems today helps you feel more confident about your poetry because you um, always tell me it's not good, and that's such bullshit. So um,
thank you. I will just say thank you. um, but yeah, so everybody, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on. Samantha, it looks like you got in a little late. Barbara, I don't know if you got in a little late. Joe, thank you so much for coming. You always hop on. Brandon, I think you're still on. Janice, thank you. Everybody who's in here, thank you. I know it's been 2 hours, so I appreciate the people who have stayed for 2 hours. And unfortunately, the people who have just come, y'all can catch some of the shorts that I will post in the notes section and the full video when it's ready. Okay, Miranda, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to say and plug your shit?
no, I mean, well, yeah. So thank you for this conversation and like
Definitely.
suggesting this, and um, I post my writing at thepoetmiranda.com if anybody wants to check that out. Um, I do poetry, I do uh, memoir, I do letters. So yeah, go check that out, and yeah.
Okay, so yeah, thepoetmiranda.com. Definitely check it out, but also subscribe. And I do want to say something. Miranda, do you use the ads?
I do use the ads.
Okay, so everybody out there on Beehive that we use, we do use ads, and the ads fund our creativity, both mental and emotional. What happens is you click on them. You do not have to. You will not get spammed, by the way. You don't get anything, but you click on them, and it pays us like $1.25. And seriously, $1.25 is not a lot, but you know, that gets us a coffee or a tea, you know. And so when you see the ads, click on them. Everybody subscribe to thepoetmiranda.com. Also subscribe to me, onyxrose.net. I do have poetry, short fiction, a lot of nonfiction, some media, and please subscribe to me as well. You will get emails in your inbox quite frequently. Um, but thank y'all so much. Everybody have a great day. Peace and chicken grease. And as we say on Trauma Talk, no trash, no transphobia, no racism, no ableism, no sexism, no homophobia. Fuck Trump and fuck ICE. All righty, we're out. Okay, we're done.